supposed to be on the caring, sharing left where, you believe in the sanctity of life?
I do believe in the sanctity of life. And I think that's why I felt, along with so many other Americans, joy, unfortunately, because it
Joy?
feels like,
Serious?
I mean,
Joy at
I
a
guess I would
man's
say
execution?
maybe not joy, but certainly not, no, certainly not empathy. Because again,
We're
this is a
watching
man
the
responsible
footage.
for
How can this make you joyful? This guy's a
so here,
husband, he's a
like
father,
billions,
and he's being
and so
gunned
are
down in the middle of Manhattan.
the
Why does that
tens
make
of
you
thousands of
joyful?
Americans that be murdered. So are
empathy for any individual as a person in their personal capacity. As his role as the CEO of United Healthcare, I'm afraid I'm with the overwhelming majority, bipartisan majority of the American people who say, I'm saving my empathy for people who are much more vulnerable, and have caused a lot
Right.
less
So to
harm
be
in the
clear,
world.
you don't have any empathy for him after he was executed.
I personally don't.
Right. Okay. Well, at least you're honest.
The left continues to expose themselves as the hypocrites that they are. And they can pretend that this is a bipartisan response and that the response to this unaliving has united America. I've seen the jokes, I've seen the memes, I get it. However, at the end of the day, this is a systemic issue on the left. The left is not the side of tolerance or kindness or coexisting. The left is the side of shut up and comply. And if you don't comply, if you deviate from what we believe to be right and just and good and true, and you are seen as an oppressor, well, then we are more than happy to watch you suffer, to cause you suffering, to celebrate your suffering, and even your unaliving. That is not the side of kindness and compassion and tolerance. Kindness and compassion and tolerance, as I've said in previous videos, is not kindness and compassion and tolerance if it's only to people that you like. That's not kindness and compassion and tolerance. That's just liking people. It's when you don't actually like someone or their point of view or what they're doing that the opportunity for kindness and compassion and tolerance comes out. Regardless, though, this is exactly the same as when the attempt was made on President Trump's life in Pennsylvania. And you had people on the left cheering it, encouraging it, and lamenting the fact that the man missed. And I said at the time, and I'm sure I was far from the only one, that you would never catch me celebrating or encouraging or lamenting the fact that the shooter missed an attempt on any Democrat's life. I don't care who it is, ever. Not even in my quietest moments would you see me in my heart of hearts. I would never celebrate that because I value human life and I don't see any value in the loss of human life. Particularly the loss of human life when that person is innocent and has not been convicted of any crime and has not received their right to a trial by a jury of their peers. I do not see the value in that loss of life. There are ideas that I hate, obviously. There are ideas that I find evil, that I find abhorrent, and I want to stamp those out. But I don't feel that way about people. Do you see the difference? I don't want to stamp out any person because that doesn't bring any value to me. And it's also not my job. I'm not here to act as judge, jury, and executioner. I'm not here to act as God. And yet the left doesn't seem to get that. But see, we've long known how the left, how the party of the Democrats, the party of slavery, views human life. They don't actually find all human life to be valuable. They don't believe in the sanctity of human life. Look at their position on abortion. They are more than happy for certain humans to die if that is what they believe is necessary in order to achieve their ends. The ends always justify the means for the left. And so I just love it when they continue to expose themselves. They're not about tolerance. They're not about compassion. They're not about inclusion. They're not about coexisting. They're not about the sanctity of human life. They are about their own certain way of believing and existing. And if you deviate from that, then you're persona non grata and you're suffering and your life doesn't matter. A few more things on this. They don't actually care about gun control. They are more than happy for you to use a gun if, again, the ends justify the means. Moreover, had this been a female CEO, I'm sorry, but you cannot convince me that the response would be the same at all. And finally, for a side that continually denies the existence of God and even the existence of objective reality and objective truth, they love to play God. They love to be the arbiter of whose life matters and whose life has value and whose death is worth grieving. They love to do that. They love to condemn. They love to tell you that objectively you are wrong, even though they claim to not believe in objective reality and they claim to not believe in God. They act like God because they have no God. The left is a bunch of hypocrites. You need to walk away from progressive liberalism, walk away from the Democrat Party, because it seems like every single week some new controversy happens where they behaved in a completely unhinged manner and exposed themselves once again as the hypocrites that they are. Walk away.